Moving on, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua on Thursday convened a meeting bringing together cabinet secretaries, governors and disaster management agencies to address Kenya's preparedness for the imminent El Nino rains. The Kenya Meteorological Department on August 30th warned that heavy rains will be experienced from October, extending into early 2024. Sandra Kidamani tells us more.
Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua on Thursday met cabinet secretaries, governors and disaster management agencies at his current residence over the country's preparedness for El Nino rains.
Excellencies, distinguished guests, our children are preparing for national examinations while their parents are ready to harvest. The business community is crossing the country in rebuilding the economy as the government implements massive infrastructural projects for better service delivery to the people. All these and more other undertakings will be interrupted.
Officials from the Kenya Meteorological Department, the National Drought Management Authority, the Kenya Defence Forces and humanitarian agencies like Red Cross and development partners attended the meeting.
What you're doing as a committee is to come up with a structured plan to sensitize even the inhabitants of these areas that relocation is in their own interest. But even as we relocate them, part of what this team is doing is to identify alternative temporary shelter where they can be accommodated in the event that this happens.
According to projections by the IGAD Climate Prediction and Applications Center, the country will get heavy rains like those recorded in El Nino of 1997 and 2006. The heavy rains will be experienced in the country from September 2023 to January 2024.
During the October, November, December 2023, it is expected that most parts of the country will experience enhanced, that is above average rainfall that will be fairly distributed in some parts of the country and well distributed in others, both in time and space.
Preparation for the heavy rains. Several counties have embarked on early planning. Nairobi County government has put in place Marshall Plan to ensure the safety of city residents amid the heavy downpour.
But indeed, the task is urgent. There is a great backlog that must be cleared in time for the rains. Many may ask why we've taken long is because of the process. We first had to make sure we have the budget. The budget was passed, and I want to thank the County Assembly, led here by Mheshimiwa Kiragu, for passing the budget. We will not do what was done before, where you're given work, you work, and you're not paid.
Detailing the necessary steps that we shall take to mitigate and adapt to the impacts of climate change. Given the climate risks faced across the world, humanity will not survive without strategies that address the challenges posed by climate change.
This is after the World Meteorological Organization on 5th July declared the onset of El Nino.
Excellencies, distinguished guests, the weather forecast indicates that more than 20 counties across the country may face one of the heaviest rain seasons in decades, starting the month that is just about to end, and we have been told all counties. Indeed, as can be confirmed by governors and our regional commissioners present, several parts of the country are already receiving rains beyond usual quantities. This will intensify and extend up to early 2024.
DP said that some parts of the country are already experiencing heavy rains as Siaya, Kisumu, Homa Bay, Kisii, Migori, Nyamira, Baringo, Uasin Gishu, Elgeyo Marakwet, Nandi, Kericho, Bungoma, Kakamega, Busia, Trans Nzoia, West Pokot, Vihiga, Laikipia, Murang'a, Nakuru and Narok counties are possible areas for El Nino rains.
Some of the counties that have been identified as possible areas of El Nino include Siaya, Kisumu, Homa Bay, Migori, Kisii, Nyamira, Baringo, Uasin Gishu, Elgeyo Marakwet, Nandi, Kericho, Bungoma, Kakamega, Busia, Trans Nzoia, West Pokot, Vihiga, Laikipia, Murang'a, Nakuru, and Narok. As you may have noted, these counties are either in the Rift Valley or west of the Rift Valley. These regions are home to more than half of the country's population, which therefore means that with other hotspots identified across the country, Nino will be devastating if we fail to plan properly.
City Hall also noted that close to 200,000 people are at risk of being displaced due to the heavy rains.
The landslide areas, I think that's what I will mention. There is a lot other, but the landslide is likely to happen in areas that have been identified already, and it's good to just say that the mudslides and landslides could be experienced in the highlands of Central and Rift Valley counties, the prone areas like in Mount Kenya region, the Elgon, the Nandi escarpment, Gucha, Kericho, Chergani Hills, Tugen, Nyambene Hills, and I think there is also Murang'a and Taita Hills. These have been hit before, and sometimes the landslides can be very devastating, requiring, of course, human resettlement, removal maybe early, so that we don't have to lose lives, and that normally is well coordinated with the inclusion of the administration, that is the sub-county.
This comes after Kakamega County announced its plans to mitigate the effects of climate change and caution its residents against the same by launching its climate action plan. In its blueprint, 3 communities have been set up to oversee the implementation of the climate action plan and deal with the effects of the incoming El Nino rains.
This is going to be our blueprint detailing the necessary steps.
Speaking during the launch, the county governor Fernandez Baraza said the initiative is the surest way to deal with the effects of climate change and El Nino rains in all the 60 wards. According to Baraza, the funds will help develop and implement tailored climate resilience strategies to respond to the risks identified by communities. Keen to walk the talk, committee members have been issued with bicycles in a bid to reduce carbon emission, as residents were encouraged to plant more trees to increase forest cover.
Whatever you are doing today will go a long way into reducing carbon emissions. Bicycles will not release carbon dioxide in the air, and therefore one reason why it's a major initiative for us under climate change. The tree planting, the poly tips you are going to give to the groups today and the seedlings will go a long way into improving our forest cover.
Tupande miti kuanzia nyumbani. Panda miti kwa boma lako, panda miti kanisani kwenye unaenda, panda miti mahali ambapo unafanya kazi. Na tupande miti kila mahali ili tuweze kuangalia mazingira yetu yawe mazuri. And particularly ningependa kuwahimiza tupande miti ya kienyeji, indigenous trees, pamoja na fruit trees.
The county also seeks to install solar power system in all health centers, support energy saving activities in cooking, and promote sweet potato value chain to enhance food security. The predicted El Nino rains also factored in the plans.
I have directed the appointment of a technical committee to prepare the county through these early warnings so that we can mitigate and have a coordinated approach against the El Nino that we expect to have coming in the month of October up to the month of December.
The Kakamega County Climate Action Plan seeks to install softwares and hardwares of mitigating effects of climate change, and this would not have come at a better time when the country is staring at El Nino. Sandra Kidamani, Maisha Prime, Maisha Television.